Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something we all went through as kids, but honestly probably haven't thought much about in years. We're talking about early math pedagogy. Have you ever wondered how we take a completely abstract concept, like just the idea of numbers, and translate it into concrete, permanent understanding for developing mind? I mean, it's a massive cognitive leap for a child. How do we actually build that bridge? Well, that is exactly what we're going to unpack today by looking at some truly foundational learning materials.
Just think about it for a second. How do we make the invisible world of math visible? To a young child, the symbol for 5 means absolutely nothing on its own, right? It's literally just a shape, a random squiggle on a page. The fundamental challenge of early education isn't just teaching a kid to blindly memorize that squiggle. No, it's teaching them to visualize the spatial reality behind it. We absolutely need a reliable bridge between that abstract math symbol and tangible physical reality.
Okay, let's dive into this. What we're looking at here are two foundational tools from our source materials. On the left, we've got a mental addition worksheet, and on the right, a mental subtraction worksheet. Now, at first glance, yeah, they might just look like your standard run-of-the-mill kindergarten or first-grade homework, but hey, we shouldn't dismiss them so easily. They are actually these incredibly clever visual tools designed specifically to help early learners decode the complex language of mathematics.
Section 1. Visualizing abstract numbers. Bridging the gap for young minds.
You know, we really should look at these elementary worksheets with a lot of intellectual respect. They aren't just busy work designed to keep a classroom quiet. They literally train the human brain to translate a mental concept into a physical direction. And the core engine making all of this happen? That's the number line. Simply put, a number line is a straight horizontal line with numbers placed at equal intervals, and it's used to visually decode math operations. Notice how our addition source uses a 0 to 10 line right across the top, while our subtraction source stretches that out to a 0 to 12 line. This establishes a really clear, measurable spatial landscape for those numbers to live on. It essentially turns math into a map.
Section 2. The mechanics of addition. Moving forward, let's move to and see how this builds.
Notice the central illustration right there on our addition source. We see a young girl blowing bubbles. Now, this isn't just cute clip art slapped on for decoration. It's actually a very deliberate spatial metaphor. As she blows, the bubbles accumulate, right? They expand, they drift upwards and outwards. It is an intuitive, visual representation for the child of how addition fundamentally works. It builds up or multiplies visually on the page, organically prepping the learner's brain for the whole concept of growth and accumulation.
Breaking down the physical process of using this number line reveals a neat 3-step journey that actually turns a math problem into a physical trip. Step 1. Find your starting point, which is just the first number in your equation. Step 2. Move right by the exact value of the second number. This spatial action, literally moving forward, hopping sequentially to the right along those hash marks, is absolutely critical. And then step 3. Where you stop is your answer. You land securely on the result. So you aren't calculating abstractly in the void, you are physically traveling down the number line to find your destination.
We see this in action with some rapid-fire examples pulled straight from our source worksheet. First, number 5, added to 3, equation is 5 plus 3 equals 8, 4 plus 2 equals 6, 9 plus 1 equals 10. The worksheet is literally packed with these combinations. And why is that? Well, because mastering this spatial logic requires repetitive physical practice. The young brain needs to make that forward jump over and over again until moving to the right intrinsically means more.
And this brilliantly illustrates a perfect contrast. Addition is defined spatially as moving right, which obviously means increasing value. Therefore, to teach the opposite operation, subtraction, we don't need to invent a completely new, totally confusing paradigm for the learner. We simply introduce the inverse spatial operation, moving left, which means decreasing value.
Section 3. The subtraction reversal, hopping backward. If addition is walking forward on our number map, well, subtraction is simply putting it in reverse. It's the exact same logic, just mirrored. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the top right corner of our second source document, the subtraction worksheet. Right above the equation 6 minus 4, sitting on the 0 to 12 number line, someone has literally drawn out the mechanical action for the student. You start right at the 6, and you make 4 distinct, hand-drawn hops moving backward to the left. It's a perfect visual recipe for the operation. And what happens when you make those 4 deliberate backward hops? You land exactly on the number 2. The number 2 isn't just some abstract solution pulled out of thin air. It is the physical destination you arrive at after traveling backward from 6. The whole mystery of subtraction is completely removed, and it's replaced by a simple, executable set of directions.
The worksheet then drills this spatial reversal relentlessly. Look at the equations provided: 5 minus 3, 8 minus 1, 7 minus 4, 9 minus 3, 3 minus 1, 2 minus 2, 4 minus 2, all the way down to 6 minus 5. But notice the brilliant design choice here. Every single one of these problems features its own dedicated 0 to 12 number line parked right beside it. The designers aren't leaving anything to chance or memory. They are forcing continuous spatial visualization for every single equation. You can't just guess, you literally have the map right there to physically hop backward on.
Section 4. Building Spatial Math Foundations. Why this visualization matters. We've seen how we hop right to add, and we've seen how we hop left to subtract, but why does mapping out these seemingly basic operations physically on a page hold such immense, lasting importance in education? So the crucial point is that these spatial exercises build the absolute foundation for all future math. We aren't just teaching kids that 5 plus 3 is 8. We're fundamentally teaching their developing brains how to spatially map logic. The simple act of moving left and right on a number line eventually scales up tremendously. It becomes graphing complex functions on an x and y axis in high school algebra. It becomes understanding positive and negative vectors in college physics or even economics. This simple act of translating an abstract number into a physical, navigated location is literally the key that unlocks all higher-level reasoning.
Which leaves us with something fascinating to consider. If a simple, straight line on a piece of paper can completely decode basic math for a young developing mind, what other complex problems in our adult lives or in our work can we solve just by changing how we look at them? What else could we understand clearly if we simply found the right visual tool to map it out? Think about that the next time you face a problem that seems just a little too abstract to grasp. Thank you for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning and keep visualizing.